Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of my live tea tasting. I've got a really exciting one for you guys. It's one that I haven't even tasted yet. Well, I know that that's not the norm, but this one sounds particularly interesting. So I can't wait to get started. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start the water right now. Tonight I'm doing. Hey, welcome whoever it is. I don't see a name yet. But tonight's yes. Teresa, welcome. It's cake. It's not just any cake, but it's lemon pound cake, and it's an oolong tea, which I don't do very often. And I think it would be a good way to start off the new year by trying an oolong. I don't remember if I've ever actually done an oolong. Shadow, welcome. I don't remember if I've actually done an oolong before, but this is going to be a great way to actually start the trend, so to speak. So tonight's is going to be a David's Tea brand. It's a lemon pound cake. It's got oolong, lemongrass, lemon peel, sunflower blossom, white hibiscus blossom, and it's got natural and artificial flavors. So welcome, Ma, welcome. So this one's going to be a very interesting tea. I don't do David's very often. I think that this is my own. Yeah, I did do the maple cream oolong a couple of weeks ago. That was the one that I called Canadian breakfast. It was one of my most clever, if I do say so myself. But yeah, so it's an oolong, so it's gonna be moderately caffeinated. It's I guess the best way to describe it would be a dark green. It's not exactly a black tea, but it's not as light as a green tea. It's kind of on the border. So they generally have a sweeter taste than a black tea, but it's more wholesome, more well-rounded than the normal green tea. So I'm gonna be excited to start this. I'm gonna go ahead and open this puppy up. I haven't done. I haven't. I think. Greg, what's up? I think the only thing I remember is kind of like the smell, but even that is escaping me. It's been a while since I've tried it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this open. If my fingernails would work, which sometimes they just don't. There we go. Oh, that is so nice. That actually does smell like lemon pound cake. It's very interesting because I wasn't expecting as much cake as I'm getting. Like, you can taste the lemon, obviously. But that extra nameless sensation that you get from smelling a pound cake, that's actually in there. It smells like you have the hard lemon, and then you have like the butter, the Pam, welcome. You smell like the butter. You smell the I don't want to call it the flour. It doesn't have poppy seeds. It's only got like the lemons and, well, everything that I mentioned just before, but I don't know. It's hard to describe. Like, when you can tell the difference between the lemon and the cake. I'm getting more cake than I imagined. Oh, that is delicious. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour some of this out because I am getting way too excited for my own good. There we go. A little bit more because I like it strong. A bit too much, but I think it'll serve its purpose. So I'm going to show you guys how much I'm putting in here because this is an oolong tea. I'm expecting it to have a pretty good amount of expansion after it's steeped. Oh, excuse me. Oh, they changed it up here. Sue, welcome. That is exactly what she said. Oh, they changed up the interface a little bit. So here you go. You see, it's a very, very colorful tea. You got a lot of yellows and I know it's hard to tell. It looks mostly brown, but it's actually a really, really dark green. You could probably make it out more on the left side than the right. Um, like you see where they have the yellow leaves or the yellow petals. Right in that corner is more of a dark brown, but you can kind of make out the greenish a little bit on this side right here. The lemongrass you'll see is very obvious. That's like in the middle, like the really straight leaves. That's all that. I'm expecting the expansion to be a lot bigger because oolong tea tends to be crinkled. I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. I'm going to drop this back in here. My water is done. I'm going to be steeping this. I think I want to oversteep it a little bit. Since it's an oolong tea, you're generally supposed to do it for about 3 minutes at 180 degrees. But in this case, because of the lemongrass and everything else, I'm going to oversteep it just a little bit. I'm going to give it a 5-minute steep, but keep the water at the general 180 degrees. But this is what I was talking about. You see, it's very crinkled. So when it's dried, it's gonna be compact, and it's not gonna take up a whole lot of space. But it's gonna be one of those teas that after it gets wet, it'll expand a lot. The tea making apparatus? Do you mean the pot or the electric kettle? Because the water just stopped. I can show you guys the electric kettle right now. As usual, I went ahead and pre-sweetened the pot. We got another. That's what she said. That's exactly what she said. Oh, I have an itch, and I'm holding the kettle, so this is gonna be interesting. Right on my eyebrow. Oh, this sucks. Horrible timing. The electric kettle. I'll show you in just a minute. Ooh, okay, there we go. That was torture. Like, the absolute worst time to get an itch is when I'm holding hot water. But yeah, I went ahead and poured out my water. So I'm going to show you guys my electric kettle. This one, I forget the name of it. It's I can put that online later. They sell it at Adagio. They do have it on the website. I believe it was $60 if I'm not mistaken. I always mess up the price, but I believe that it was $60. They have another one that is $100, but you know that one's like all fancy with all the buttons and doohickeys and whatchamacallits. Yeah, so it's got the works. This one's very simple. I only need it for my room, so I'm not really doing anything special with it. It's great for just a small space. You don't really need a whole lot of. It's not going to be put through a whole lot of work. But yeah, it is utility. Thank you. I could not get it out. That's what she said. The you want to see the doodads and the knobs? Okay. So this is for the first time I'm going to show my knobs on camera. Okay. Oh, you're going to make me work for it. Okay. Oh, I got to get all the way down here. You see it's got two connections. The base, which plugs in. It's plastic. It does not conduct heat. All the heat is going to be coming from up here, and even there you see it's warm to the touch. It's not going to be overkill. You have the that's exactly what she. I'm getting a lot of that's what she said jokes today, and you can see. Well, kind of can see because I don't know how well it's showing up, but the wire is black. So it's not going to show up against the black carpeting. But yeah, it's got the electronic base, and the water heats up from the inside. And Angel, welcome! Then you have, excuse me, the temperature control. You have up here, I don't know, the words are in the way. There you go. Okay, so you see the temperature right here. You can do green tea here, and the closer you get to the back, you have the black tea here. Right about there in the middle white section, I usually set it up to do like oolongs and stuff like that. It's all depending on how well done you want your tea. Generally, I usually use it for herbals and black teas on the very last setting. Then you have the temperature. You have the on switch. You just hit it, and it stays on until the water. Charlie, welcome. You can hear it right away. Like it works fast. I'm not going to play with the water temperature right now. There's still a little bit of water in there, and I don't want to mess it up. Then, on the top, you have the button control. Just one hit, and it pops. Just fill it up, and it's even got a filter on the inside, so that in case you get like chunky water, it's all stopped right there. I guess you can see it. It works. But yeah, that's my. I'm getting too old for this. That's my. It's magic. Yeah, that's my tea making doodad. Let's see. I forgot what time I set the water to go. It's 8:14 now. I think I'll give it another minute. Chunky. Well, I mean, I sometimes when you pour stuff in there from faucet water, my New York accent's coming out. Faucet water. When you pour the water from the faucet, it comes out with like maybe chunks. It's basically, I mean, it's not really a problem around here, but you never know. Thanks, Teresa. I'm glad you like my pot. I'll show you how to smoke it later. No, anyway. Anyway. Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, it's 8:15. I don't know if I should take it out now. I did plan on oversteeping it a little bit. So, I'm going to, you know what? I'll leave it on there for a little bit, just in case. I don't want to, I want to oversteep it so that you get more of the lemon out. I'm just hoping that the oolong that they used is strong enough to take it. It shouldn't be, overpowering at all, because what was that, to only drink bottled water in the city? No, I mean, it's fine. It's just hold on. I hate when my computer signs off on its own. Like, it's unnecessary. Anyway, no, that's not really an issue around here, but it has that filter in there just in case. It does pop out. I did it once. I learned the hard way that it is difficult to pop it back in. But, you know, I mean, if that's the hardest thing when it comes to maintaining the pot, then it's fine. You know, I mean, there are worse things to deal with. So it's 8:16 now. I'm going to go ahead and assume it's been 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and take out the filter. The infuser, I should say. And whoa, I was so right. This thing expanded a lot. I'll show you that in just a moment. Oops, I spilled a little bit. That's okay. Ooh, right off the bat, it smells like the... Anna, welcome! It smells like... Oh, I forgot to stir the water. Right off the bat, you smell like a lot of the lemon, but there's a certain amount of smokiness to it that I wasn't expecting. There we go. Shanna is, yes, she absolutely is. She's usually on point. I can always count on Shanna to make great contributions. Not only to the educational portion, but the humor portion as well. Okay, I want to make sure that this doesn't drip. Alright. No, it's still kind of dripping. Yeah, I'll just press it down a little bit. I don't want to press it down too much, because I want you guys to see how much it expanded, and if I press it down too much, that'll be cheating. So, this looks good. Leave that there. And they're using the toxic stuff, right? To paint the office. Whoops. Yeah, it's still like, wow, this is retaining a lot of water. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can... Well, I'll do it the easy way. Check that out. It goes all the way to the top. That is a lot of expansion. You saw that before it was only about a... Oh, I just wish there was better light. It was about a third of the way. This thing almost tripled in size. Look at how much it came up. And before, it was like up to here. So you see there's a huge difference. Just as I was saying, all those leaves started off small and they just expanded, not just straight out, but like opened up as well. Yeah, that's my sign language. As you can see, I was never properly trained, but you go from expanding to expanding. Yes, I'm sure that even a kindergartner can can understand that. Leave it to me to start mansplaining with my hands. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour some of this out. Oh, but it smells a lot like pancake. Pound cake. I still want pancakes, and I have not had them since last week. Like I was talking about pancakes, and it just stuck. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start pouring some of this out. As usual, I went ahead and pre-sweetened my pot with a little bit of stevia. Now check this out. It's like, oh, it smells delicious. Like, oh, that smells like pound cake. I'm not gonna lie, I'm having some pound cake cravings. Oh, it's heavenly. Oh, now I'm not sure if you could see how good the quality of the color was, but it's like a really pale green borderline yellow. Oh, it's retaining the smell of the cake just as well as the lemon. I don't like that they changed the format, because now, like before, the camera switch was on the bottom and it was easy to get to with my thumb. Now it's at the top and it's like so annoying. I don't know why they changed it, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. Put this in the light. Now on camera it looks a little bit orange, but it's actually more on the darker brownish, almost like syrup. It's really, it's not the color I was expecting. I was expecting it to be a little bit lighter, but then again, that's just probably my expectations. Considering this is an oolong, it's supposed to be dark, but I guess the connotations of lemon would just automatically say that there's more yellow in it, which it's a little bit true. You can see on the edge. There's a nice little yellow halo around it, but towards the middle it's all orange and brown, and it's a nice, beautiful color right there. Ooh, I'm gonna pull this thing back. I don't like this. I have to switch it up. Yeah, that new button going back and forth is not working for me. I wish I would have had a little bit of warning. There's got to be some way to get that, unless I just wait for the next update and they decide to change it back. I don't know. Anyway, so for the moment we've all been waiting for, especially me, I'm going to take my first sip, and I'm going to enjoy this. Oh, there we go. Oh, that is beautiful. It's got a really lemon... Like the lemon flavor isn't tart. It's more like lemon cream. And that's something that's a little bit surprising, only because when you deal with lemongrass, or you deal with lemon, what they use lemon peels, right? Yep, they use the actual lemon peel. So when you deal with the lemongrass and the lemon peel, you'll get the yeah, it's like the lemon pound cake at Starbucks. It's more creamy. When you deal with the lemon peel, Shanna will tell you it gets a little bit bitter. Okay, enjoy your day, Anna. Have a good one. You get a little bit of the bitter taste of the lemon peel, and it hits you in the back in an unpleasant place. That's what she said, and it's like you just get this feeling in the back of your throat when you drink anything that's got lemon peel or orange peel. It's the rind that just like it's awful. But this one doesn't have that. It's all cream. It's all what was that? You gotta. I know you. The tea with the milk tastes better. This one actually would probably go really well with milk, but I wouldn't overdo it on the milk too much because I don't know how well that would clash with the lemon. I assume that it would be okay, but just to be sure, I would prefer just to leave a little bit of milk. As well, you're also dealing with citrus, and when you put milk in anything citrus, it'll curdle. So if you don't mind the curdle, you're not going to taste it. You're not going to like feel the milk streams going down your tongue. It's just going to be like, you're not going to taste it. It's just visually unappealing. And I know sometimes, yeah, it'll curdle. It solidifies a little bit. Whenever you mix milk with citric acid, I learned that the hard way with what was it, orange, the blood orange tea. Hey Deborah, welcome. Almond milk would probably work better, only because it doesn't have the lactose in it. It's not the cream. It's more on the watery side, so it would probably mix a little bit better. But personally, I'm not big on almond milk. I like it, but I don't love it. It's too watery for me. I like the creaminess of regular milk and even cream. I mean, cream. When I put it in my tea, I don't use it. I use it sparingly. Well, that's delicious. It really tastes like hot cake, and it's kind of surprising. But I shouldn't be surprised at this point because I've tasted so many different teas that don't taste like you would think that they'd taste. But I mean, they got it really close to actual cake. So I think it's a really good blend. Absolutely. Oh man, this is it's really good. I keep reaching for it because I want another sip, but you guys know I have to pace myself because I'll go through the entire pot and then have nothing to talk to you about for the next 45 minutes, and that would really suck. So I'm sparing you guys the 45 minutes of agony. How much does a bag cost? For the 2-ounce bag, I believe it's like $5 or $6. It's a little bit on the expensive side. When normally at Adagio you'll get like a 3 ounces for ranging between $7, generally $7, and like at the higher end, like the Jasmine Phoenix pearls, for I believe it's 3 ounces, you pay 20. It's within that range. So generally it's a little bit more expensive when you're dealing with $5 an ounce. You'll have for $10 for 3 ounces, while the I mean, no, sorry, it's not $5 an ounce. It's generally $10 for 3 ounces, $5 for 2, and so on. something like that. I don't know how it's calculated because they mix it in the bags for you there. Um, but this one in particular was like $5. So it's a little bit on the expensive side, but I think it's good. Munoz, welcome. I have liked all the David's teas that I've tried, which, fair point, I haven't had a whole lot of David's teas as compared to Adagio. Adagio, I've practically tasted the entire store. Like, they brought in 6 new flavors. They had to do that for me, because I've already had everything else. I don't know if the new flavors are at the State Street store yet. I know that they have them at the Naperville store, and February I'm going to be doing a tea tasting there. So we'll see. I might even do a special stream for there. I don't know. I'll talk to them, see what they say. I don't know. We'll see. It would be an interesting experience, so that you guys can see what a tea tasting would be like. So yeah, by all means, I'll see what I can do. But yeah, you guys have any questions for me? Any comments? Teresa, I know that you always ask about the desserts. Well, guess what? This one is a dessert. I really can't place anything that would go along with it, because I mean, it'll be redundant to have lemon pound cake tea with an actual slice of lemon pound cake. Although it would probably be delicious, that would be, what do you mean a salty snack? Like, you want a salty snack to go with the lemon pound cake? I wouldn't necessarily go, salty with this one. I would be more on the, maybe chocolatey, because lemon and chocolate go well together anyway. So I would say, like, you get a little chocolate bar with this, you'll be on point. Shortbread cookies, yeah. I mean, lemon generally goes with shortbread pretty well anyway. But then it would just turn into a lemon cookie. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I don't know, something like that. It would be a little bit. It would be a little bit difficult for me to recommend, just because I'm trying to find something conflicting with it. That wouldn't necessarily make it taste bad, but enhance the flavor when you pair it together. But for the sake of argument, I'm going to squeeze my brain a little bit and say, well, I mean, honestly, this is going to be, if I were to serve this, it wouldn't be with a dessert, but with a dinner. The sweetness for dessert would complement more of an entree than pairing it with another dessert. If I were to do that, I would go with well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's gonna be redundant if I say the lemon pound cake tea with an actual slice of lemon pound cake. You know, it's too obvious. There's no challenge in that. Let's say, yeah, this is gonna be hard. If I'm gonna do it with an entree, I would say probably a pasta with a white sauce, maybe a pesto. Maybe that's pushing it a little bit, but fettuccine alfredo with some chicken in it, I think that would go pretty well with this. Lady fingers. You get kind of like a more cinnamony side, cinnamony. I'm having trouble. Oh, an interesting little tidbit. I did find out that there is such thing as being tea drunk, which explains a lot. Like, practically I go nuts every time I do a stream. There is a reason I am tea drunk, and I'm sticking with it. It's not my natural insanity. My natural insanity is on a hiatus when I'm drinking this much tea. But yeah, we believe, yeah. That is so good. I'm like really loving that. And I drank a Parasite. There was a tea. Thanks for reminding me. There was a tea. I forget what it was called. That it's made from orchid, and it was actually really good. Like it didn't taste like I thought it would. It was more like it was a little bit harder than I thought it should be. But not in a bad way. Sometimes you get that conflicting flavor with the scent of it, and it's a pleasant surprise. Like you get a strong taste behind a light scent, something more perfumey, but it doesn't have that bitter aftertaste that, like when you inhale perfume, you kind of get that sensation in the back of your throat. You don't get that with some of these teas, especially that one. I cannot remember the name of it at all right now. I'll have to look it up later. But it was really delicious, and I think that one of these days I'll have to pick up a small sample and do a stream on it. I have done one or two Masters teas. I don't remember if I did the Masters Phoenix Pearl, but I do remember I did the TheCommuni-Tea. Yes, that's what it was. Thanks. I know you're probably like at your computer right now looking this stuff up. You knew what it was. But what was the other one? It was the white pu'er. That one I actually still have the canister. So it was the Yunnan pu'er white. That one was one of my all-time favorites. I love that. I mean, I love pu'ers generally, but a white pu'er gave it a. It's kind of like pu'er is more of a woody, wholesome flavor. It kind of tastes like it's been fermented because it has been fermented. But it's fermented naturally in its environment. So when you pick it and you process it, it's already mostly processed. So by the time that it comes to you, you get that kind of taste that's like a whiskey barrel, not the whiskey itself, but the barrel. It's really nice. Like I really like I really like it. Need another sip. I did not do the Hinshu Oriental Beauty yet. That is something that I am dying to try. It's on my list. I'll do it one of these days. Whenever I've gotten enough credit with Adagio. Last time I used my credit, I blew it all on my bowl, my matcha bowl, and I still love that thing. I haven't tried it yet. I think the first time I'm going to try it is when I'm ready to do the matcha stream. And that's going to take a while because I still have got to study the matcha ceremony. But I'm working on it. It's on my to-do list. Don't worry. But yeah, the Hinshu Oriental Beauty. Am I saying that right? Hinshu, Xinqiao. I believe it's Xinqiao. Xinqiao Oriental Beauty. I'll have to look up the pronunciation as well. But yeah, it's one that I'm very interested just because of the name. I mean, Xinqiao Oriental Beauty just brings up an image. So I would love to try it. You don't know if I've answered or talked about it, but do I know of a good tea for muscle aches or back pain, like a medicinal kind of tea? Well, generally green teas are good for that because they help the blood flow. But if you're looking for something that's specifically for medical, for like pain itself, I would recommend something that's more fragrant because it relaxes you internally. I would go with something like peppermint, lemongrass, herbal, anything herbal, lavender. Lavender tea is really good. Who else? Who else? What else? I would say that if you really want to get something good, I would pair up some matcha with lavender. Maybe matcha, lavender, and I don't know how well peppermint would run in there. Generally, the Greek tea, yes, I forgot that does have some properties that help you heal, and it relaxes the muscles and stuff like that. Yeah, I forgot about that. Thanks for the reminder. But yeah, something with a lot of fragrance would definitely be a good a good place to start. I would actually recommend one of the teas that I created. We'll start you off on that one. I'll send you the link later, and it's actually one that I want to feature later on because one of one of my friends is actually on the cover, and I mean it's got a title that I just cannot resist. I called it "Lady Calm Your Teats," and it's specifically for calming your nerves and calming, like bringing relaxation. And I tried this. I still have some at work, and it is out of this world. Like, I really outdid myself on this one. I'm proud to brag a little bit. Oh my god, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but the dogs are going nuts upstairs. They're like stomping. But anyway, yeah, it's a really, really good tea. And I mean, I drink it on my really, really high stress days where it's just like, I can't take it anymore. I'm going to need to calm my teats. And that's what I do. I just go and make some. So, you've done peppermint tea, not too effective. Well, yeah, that's because it's not meant to soothe the pains in the body itself. That's more along the lines of like the green tea. But when you have like something like if you're tense and your muscles are Allie, welcome, and your muscles are contracted and like you've got like neck pains and you slept wrong, the more fragrant the better. That's what I'm going for. But if you want like the actual pain relief, I would go with green tea. Matcha is like the super tea. That has so many medicinal purposes. It's ridiculous. Like I'll talk about it when I do my stream, but it is like, whoa. It does stuff that you wouldn't even think. But I don't want to give too much away because then I'll have nothing to talk to you guys about when I do the stream. And yeah, a toothache. Well, I don't know how well the any kind of tea would work on a toothache, just because if the ache is caused by temperature. By extreme temperature, either too hot or too cold, that might aggravate it a little bit more. So I hesitate to recommend it for a toothache, but it all depends. Casablanca twist worked. Oh, well, that's good to know. I never thought about that. Casablanca twist. It's not a green tea. I believe it was in oolong, wasn't it? Casablanca twist. I always do that. I always say that it's a green tea, but it's not. You know what? Let me check. Because I want to give you guys correct information. And if I rely too much on my brain, it's not going to work. So... Oh, it's a Darjeeling. That's what it was. Why is it? Yeah, it's not coming up. Maybe it's out of Casablanca. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll do that. I'll let you know when I can. Um, yeah, it's a Darjeeling tea. I'm looking for. I just saw it at the top. There we go. Darjeeling. Yeah, it's just Darjeeling Sungma Summer and peppermint leaves. So yeah, that's all it is, and it tastes great. Like I would highly recommend it. The Darjeeling alone is really good. I do have a Darjeeling tea that I'm gonna do maybe next time. We'll see. Um, it's actually the one that I won that week. I talked to you guys, and I was making jokes about it on Facebook. But yeah, that's the one that I won that I have that I got for free. I haven't opened it yet. I haven't smelled it. It's gonna be a total surprise. I want to leave it as it is. But next time I do my stream, that's a strong contender. I'm gonna need some more of this. Well, even when it's starting to cool off, but it still smells like exactly like the cake. That is so good, guys. Like, oh my god, it's so good. I'm I'm not even like I haven't even gotten. I'm like kind of sort of at the halfway point, but I'm just leaving it as it is. I don't even like. I'm struggling with drinking it too fast and drinking it too slow. Because I like to savor it, but then there's these instances where it's just so good it's hard to savor because you just want to drink it all at one shot. I could one shot this thing without a doubt, but I, I have to calm myself. Is that the one you picked out for me? I believe so. Um, ye- what? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, that was the one that you picked out. The only other one that I have still to taste, I believe, was the Rooibos chocolate peppermint. That one I'm gonna do pretty soon too. Um, and before, I, I, I don't know. I know I still have a third or fourth David's tea flavor, but I know that the one I have left is the carrot cake. That one I'm not gonna do again, of course. I just happen to have it. Then I have the chocolate. Was it chocolate peppermint rooibos? And there's a third one that is escaping me. I think maybe I'm just making it up. I don't know, but we'll see. Yeah, the carrot cupcake. That's the one. But yeah, like we'll see. I'm so backstocked right now that I have no problems with what to do next, except trying to figure out which one to do next. You have two for me to try. Well, I'm always down for it. I'm gonna go ahead and pour some more out. I think I can polish off the pot, but ooh, it's getting to the top. Oh, barely. Yeah. I made it with a little bit of time to spare. Oh, I spilled it on my hand. Ah, there we go. Oh, it's still see, and that's another thing. I love this teapot because it still came out really hot. So there we go. Wow, this is amazing. Like this is the perfect tea to have like before you start getting ready for bed. It is moderately caffeinated. So if you're sensitive to caffeine, then by all means take your time drinking it. Drink it early so that you can work yourself into bed. This is the perfect one for it. But if you're like me and caffeine really doesn't have much of an effect on you, then by all means have it right before bed because that little bit of sweetness will put you right out. So I highly recommend this flavor either way. Now, I don't know if you guys. I know I talked to a couple of you guys about it, but welcome, Jose. Welcome. I know I talked to a couple people about it. There's a what I call the lemon pledge cake. It tastes like lemon pledge, but it's really like a seven. It's 7 Up cake. It's something that they have around here. But it like the smell and the taste is like lemon pledge, except without the cleaning product. You know, it's like you just get. It's like what lemon pledge should taste like. It does. And that same taste that you get from there, you get from this tea. Like it's that creamy, lemony, uh, almost a little bit of I don't want to say vanilla, but you kind of get a tinge of that. It's really sweet, super creamy. I'm loving this. So you guys have any questions or anything you want to talk to me about? Go right ahead while I take another sip. Oh, this is so good. I think that this would actually go really, really well if it was iced. Like if you make this into an iced tea and you sweeten it up. I mean, do they not have 7 Up cake in New York? I've never seen it in New York. No. Um, Maybe I was just not looking in the right place, but there is no Tony's in New York, and that's where I get it from. So yeah, it's hard to tell. I can't say either way, but most likely I've just never seen it there. Um, and I lost my train of thought. Yeah, whatever it was, it's gone now. So yeah, you threw off my brain. I'm gonna have to take another sip. Kill time. That's my secret. I sip to kill time. Oh man. Oh yeah, iced. If I was to make it iced, that's. I mean, it tastes like it would go really, really well. If you sweeten it just right and you have it cold, like this is something that I would definitely try. Um, I don't know if I'll do it with this bag. Yeah, probably not because I'm gonna wind up drinking this a lot quickly, and I'm gonna be bringing it to work on Monday to everybody who I'm working with. Nicole is not here, but if she were, she'd be like, "Yay!" This is something that she would actually enjoy. But yeah, this I'm really liking this blend. It's really really wholesome. It's exactly what you would expect out of a lemon pound cake. I actually want to try it with milk. I mean, if you can get past the curdling, which I can, I have no problem with that. But yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. I'll do that. So, you guys have any other questions? There's one more thing I wanted to look up on the Adagio site. This is still not an Adagio tea, of course, but you know what? I'll save it for later. It was going to be something about the Darjeeling. Hey, Izzy, welcome. I was going to look up just like something about the Darjeeling and like where it comes from, but I'll wait until I do the Pudabong. I think it's Pudabong, Padabong, something like that. I don't know. I just say put it in a bong. Um, but yeah, I'll do all my research then. Right now, I've got a little bit too much on my plate. I don't want to keep you guys bored as I look at the stuff on my computer because that would just not be too appealing. Mm. This is okay. Now it's more on the cooler side of the room temperature, and the creaminess is coming out more, which I find very satisfying. Like The lemon is kind of it's still there. It's kind of taking a little bit of a backseat, not too much, but enough to let the cake side come out a bit more. So you're getting like a flavor struggle. Turns out with the milk, I'll let you know. I'm definitely interested myself. I wish I had milk. I would totally put some in right now, but I don't normally have it because I'm lactose intolerant. So I drink it sparingly. But it is what it is, you know? Oh, I'm gonna have more. I'm still like very. I've got a healthy portion left. Oh, I'm struggling not to down it though. Like you guys don't know. It's hard for me to sit there and be like, I have to pace myself. I can try the powdered creamer. Yeah, that's a possibility. I don't know if it would still have the same reaction. Maybe even more so because it starts out as a solid. But we'll see. I mean, I don't know the chemical makeup of it. I mean, it might be artificial cream, and so it won't have that kind of an effect. Then again, it might be natural cream, and then as you stir it, you'll start getting like little webs on your spoon, and that's something that's gonna be a little bit weird. It does, but you have to use it while it's hot. Okay, I mean that's fair enough. I was that's the way I would do it anyway. I have used regular liquid cream in tea before. That's in citrus. Yeah, I kind of figured because like the powder won't break up as much when it's really hot. I don't know the chemical reaction to that. All I know is that that's how things work. I have some more, and this is how this works. Oh, so good. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try this iced. More likely in the summer. Lactate actually never works for me. I don't know why, but like when I had just gotten out of college and my lactose intolerance was just starting, lactate didn't do anything for me. Like I would still suffer the effects. Thankfully, I'm not as bad as I used to be, but back then, yeah, it was bad. But my body is kind of used to it now. I still eat dairy on a semi-regular basis, not too much. Like I don't drink straight up milk very often. I drink milk in my cereal on occasion, like once in a very blue moon. Other than that, I mean, thankfully I can still eat cheese and yogurt pretty easily. I do have lactose-free ice cream that Breyers makes that works pretty well. Except my unnatural love for cheesies. You see, that's where you're wrong because all love for cheesies is all natural. You you've had it, you know. I don't know. I really love cheesies. I am actually. We need to plan another trip before the end of the month because you did not have their sandwich their sandwich of the month, and I know that that was something that you were looking for. So we'll have to go back before the month is over. That way you can have your Cuban. Hey, welcome, Olga. But yeah, I'm always down for a trip to Cheesy's whenever whenever anybody just mentions it. They're like, you want to go to see? Yes. I don't even let them finish the question. All I gotta hear is chi. Absolutely. I'm game too. Maybe we'll go next weekend. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, that's so good. It's starting to settle in my stomach a little bit more. Like, there are some teas that you drink and it leaves you not full but refreshed. This one is starting to it's starting to make me full, which no complaints there. It's a wonderful feeling that actually helps you fall asleep. Like when you eat a full meal. This one, the flavor is so robust that you actually feel like you're eating a dessert. So I think that that's a great feeling, and it's probably going to help put me to sleep tonight. We'll see. I'm predicting because I mean, generally you can predict if you're drinking something specifically for sleep, like my chamomile. I forgot the name of it. I think it's Sunset Paradise. I gotta remember. I did it before, and that knocked me out. Like that's it. Afterwards, I was like, "Good night, everybody." Yeah. That was literally that stream. Ooh, there's so much tea left. I'm loving this. I officially succeeded in savoring it a lot better than I thought I would at the beginning of this stream because I was fighting the temptation to just keep on drinking and keep on drinking. But no, I'll be able to guzzle it down on my own time when I'm not on camera. But this one, it's for you guys. The sacrifices I make, the restraint I have to use. It's tough. I swear, it's not easy. Well, you guys have any questions, any comments, anything that you want to talk about while I finish up my tea? I have a good like 3 or 4 sips left, so we've got time. Mm. Like I seriously, this like I'm thinking about pairing this tea with another tea that would usually go with an actual piece of cake. It's like what would be the counterpart to that? Um, like I kind of really do feel like having a solid piece of pound cake now. I mean, I guess it'll be yeah, any question, tea related or tea adjacent because if you start asking me like math questions, I'm not gonna be able to answer. But yeah, anything tea related, tea adjacent, I'm down for. What is the square root of pi times 3? What is the capital of Madagascar? I don't know, but last time I had I have nothing. I was gonna say last time I was mad because I don't have gas in my car, but yeah, that just didn't work. Womp womp bloopers. And that happens to be like one of my worst subjects, geography. I have no idea half the time where I'm at. So if you're gonna ask me about something in a whole different country, I would be lost. I'd be like, "What's the capital of Madagascar?" 3. That's like, I'm terrible. Like I barely know the capitals of the states, much less a capital of a different country. Mm. Oh wow, this is really good. Like the way that it's tasting, it kind of tastes like the cooler it gets, it's already got its own milk. Like it tastes like it has almond milk in it already. So I think that that's a really general that's a really it's a really general way of putting it. It tastes like the cream is starting to come out. There's no cream in it at all, but it tastes like it's got like it's latte alone, which I think is a good thing. I'm loving it. Mm. How many sips was that? 3, I think, since I said anything, and I still have a good chunk left. So, go on, throw it at me, throw it at me. Oh, I am going to be relaxed tonight. This is a good feeling I have in my belly right about now. I'm loving this. And I already look like I'm half asleep. Look at my hair. I'm just like, I'm going to bed. Hoo-haw. I already feel like it. Like this is how I go to work. Really, really relaxed. It's really it's really awesome because there's no dress code there. But by the same token, it's just like I think I could stand to dress up a bit. Then again, it is winter, so yeah, the more layers, the better. Mm. Oh, it's so good. Okay, guys, throw it at me. The tea is a hootenanny in a cup. By the sound of it, a hootenanny in a cup. I I approve of that analogy. I don't know what the specifics of a hootenanny would be, but by the sound of it, yes, there is definitely hoots in it. A little bit of nannies, can't deny it, but yeah, that's the awesomeness. I think I'm on my last. I'm kind of sorry to see it go, but I love to. I hate to see it go, but I love to taste it leave. You know what I'm saying? Mm. One more sip, it's gone. So we're gonna wrap it up in a little bit. If you have any questions, any comments, anything you want to talk about, it's the last call. Oh, this is so good. Mm. Yeah, it really, really tastes creamy at the end of it. That's what she said. Uh, it's like it tastes like it has milk in it already, like almond milk, coconut milk, maybe something like that. It's really good. Like the cooler it gets, the creamier it gets, and that is a really good feature on this. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up for the night. Thank you guys for joining me. I still am undecided whether or not I'll have a stream next week because we are having the outing with my work team. So next week, if I don't see you guys, hey Princess, welcome. You're catching me just at the end of it. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close out. So have a good night, everybody. I'll be posting the link on my Facebook, and I'll see you later. Have a good night.